Every day, the media feeds us narratives carefully crafted to sway our opinions and even control our actions. This is the sophisticated art of subconscious influence. Prepare to learn how to recognize these powerful tactics and reclaim your critical thinking. It's more important than ever. Hi, I'm the Urban Lady Prepper. I help single moms and solo women with practical emergency preparedness. But of course, all are welcome to be better prepared for whatever happens next. Imagine watching a show, enjoying a movie, or reading an article, completely unaware that subtle messages are being planted directly into your subconscious. What if everything you consume has a hidden agenda designed to influence your decisions? This episode pulls back the curtain on the unseen forces at play in media, helping you to identify and resist the subliminal influence all around us. Quick question for you. Remembering the last time you felt your blood pressure shoot up because of a headline, did you ever stop to wonder who actually planted that little grenade in your feed? The average person scrolls through more content than the length of a football field every single day. And a lot of what we stumble upon online feels less like information and more like emotional tripwires, deliberately placed by people who aren't just trying to inform you, they're trying to move you, often without you even realizing it. It's a subtle, almost invisible war for your mind, and most of us are walking right into the crossfire unarmed. But stick around, because by the end of this, you'll walk away with a powerful 5-step mental armor kit, turning you from a passive target into a sharp, discerning detective. The problem is that this manipulation isn't new. People have been trying to sway opinions for centuries. What is new is the terrifying speed and sophistication of it all. We're not just talking about a biased newspaper anymore. Now, a single bot network can blast a fabricated claim across the planet before anyone can even begin to fact-check it. It's like trying to put out a forest fire with a teacup. We see it constantly, whether it's a troll army amplifying a divisive hashtag, a convincing AI deepfake, or an algorithm pushing content that confirms your existing biases, keeping you in a comfortable yet dangerous echo chamber. The goal isn't accuracy or truth, it's pure, unadulterated reaction. They want to trigger outrage, fear, or smug certainty, anything that keeps your thumb moving and your brain idling. They use classic emotional appeals, false dichotomies, and personal attacks to bypass your rational mind and go straight for your gut. There's a book titled Subliminal Seduction by Wilson Bryan Key that explores this. A potent example he gave was from when the movie The Exorcist was released. People were reportedly vomiting and running out of the theater, physically made ill by what they were seeing. It wasn't just the subject matter. The creators were accused of inserting split-second frames of a demonic face and other disturbing images. Even though the frames moved faster than the eyes could consciously register, the brain allegedly picked up on them, causing those physical reactions. Key also described how graphic artists hide subliminal images in ads, like sexual symbols and ice cubes, to subconsciously sway you into buying a product. And here's the kicker. If you're thinking, not me, I'm too smart for that, congratulations. You've just exhibited symptom number 1. That overconfidence is exactly what manipulators count on. We're all wired for emotion, and that makes us all potential targets. The question isn't if you've been manipulated, but how often. So why should you care? Every unearned emotion you feel, every manufactured outrage or baseless fear is a withdrawal from your most precious resource, your attention. And that account isn't limitless. The impact is deep and insidious. Researchers have found that emotional and negative news drives the spread of viral videos and strongly influences people's judgments, even when they don't trust the source. The emotional content can override the brain's slower, more critical evaluation of credibility. Now, multiply that by the hundreds of micro-stories you probably skim through every day. The constant barrage of manipulative content, loaded language, carefully chosen images, and sounds all adds up. The cumulative effect is devastating, both personally and societally. It leads to pervasive anxiety, deep societal polarization, and a nagging feeling of powerlessness. And here's the chilling part. The algorithms that feed you this content are practically designed for that. They don't care about truth. They care about engagement. They learn what makes you react and give you more of it, trapping you into a self-reinforcing loop that makes it harder to think clearly. This isn't just about individual well-being. It's about the very fabric of our public discourse. It can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to stay on defense. The solution is the 5-piece mental armor kit. You can build your own mental armor. This isn't about becoming a cynic. It's about becoming a discerning individual who can navigate the digital world with confidence. Let's equip you with this mental kit. Armor piece number 1. Your immediate defense is the emotion scan. That gut punch feeling from a headline? That's your amygdala, your brain's emotional center going into overdrive, an amygdala hijack. Manipulators are masters at triggering it. Here's the trick. Next time a post makes you physically react, pause. Then name the emotion out loud. Say, I'm feeling angry, or this is making me anxious. Neuroscience shows that simply naming an emotion activates your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, and can significantly diminish the amygdala's response. It's like hitting the mental brakes. Once you've labeled it, ask, is this emotion data or drama? Is it a genuine concern I need to investigate, or is it just noise designed to provoke a reaction? If it's drama, acknowledge it and keep scrolling. Don't feed the beast. If it feels like data, you're ready for Armor Piece 2, the 3-click rule. You've decided the information might be data. Now apply the 3-click rule to assess its credibility. First click, check the immediate source. Who published this? A news organization, a blog, a random account? Look for an About Us section or a mission statement. Does it look professional and state its biases? Second click, check the source's source. Where did they get their information? If it cites a study, can you click through to it? If it quotes an expert, can you verify their credentials? Trace the information back to its origin. Third click, check the source's funding. This is critical. Who's paying for this information? Look for donor lists, parent companies, or institutional affiliations. Is it funded by a political group or an industry lobby? Understanding the financial backing can reveal significant biases. If you hit a dead end, a 404 page, an anonymous author, or a shady nonprofit with no transparency, downgrade that information. It's entertainment, not fact. Don't base your worldview on it. Next is Armor Piece number 3, the statistic sniff test. Numbers look official, but they're often BS in the lab coat. Use the statistic sniff test by asking 4 rapid-fire questions. What's the sample size, and is it representative? A study of quote-unquote average Americans that only surveyed one neighborhood isn't representative no matter how many people they asked. Who funded it? If a sugar company funds a study claiming sugar is healthy, that's a massive conflict of interest. Was it peer-reviewed? This is the gold standard. It means independent experts have scrutinized the study. If not, it's an untested claim. Is the axis on the graph manipulated? A graph can make a tiny change look like a massive spike by chopping the y-axis or selectively picking start and end points. Always check the labels and scale. Also, be aware of correlation versus causation and check if numbers are absolute versus relative. If the answer to any of these questions is missing or vague, don't trust the stack. Armor Piece number 4, the frame flip. Every story you encounter comes with a frame, how facts are presented, the language chosen, and the context omitted. This shapes your perception. One outlet's freedom fighters are another's rioters. Tax cuts stimulate growth versus tax breaks for the wealthy. The words carry inherent biases. Here's the task. When you see a contentious story, find a report on it from an outlet with an opposing political view. Pay attention to the language, who is quoted, and what is emphasized. Then, try to write a neutral headline that both sides would have to agree is factually accurate. If you can't, you've just spotted the point where objective reporting ends and biased framing begins. Armor Piece number 5. This is your ultimate defense, the 24-hour shared delay. Instinctive sharing is the currency of propagandists. They design content to go viral before anyone can verify it. So here's the rule. Set a personal policy to not share any sensational or outrage-inducing content until you slept on it. Wait 24 hours. Why? Studies show that false rumors take, on average, about 12 hours to be debunked or clarified. Follow-up reports emerge, and fact-checkers do their work. This delay also gives your own brain a chance to cool down, moving you from reactive to thoughtful. You'll become a trusted source, not the friend who cried wolf. All right, if this is clicking for you, follow me and hit that subscribe button. And if you find this useful, share it to spread the word, after giving it the full Armor Kit treatment, of course. So let's have a practice round and take this armor for a spin. You see a headline, Breaking. New study shows chocolate cures depression. Emotion scan. Immediate reaction is hope. You label it hopeful, too good to be true. Data or drama? Let's check. 3-click rule. The article is on sweetlifedaily.com. A click reveals it's a vague lifestyle site. They cite a study from the Global Cocoa Council. A final click shows the council is an industry group funded by major chocolate manufacturers. Red flags everywhere. Statistics sniff test. The article claims a 75% reduction in depressive symptoms, but the sample size was 20 rats, not humans. It was industry funded and not peer reviewed. The test fails spectacularly. Frame flip. The original headline frames it as a cure. A neutral headline would be, preliminary rodent research suggests cocoa may affect mood. Human trials needed. You spotted the manipulative frame. 24-hour share delay. You resist sharing. Sure enough, reputable sources debunk the claim within a day. You just avoided spreading a false medical belief. Then there's a social pressure defense. What about when friends and family share garbage? Confronting them can be awkward. Instead of full debunking, try a gentler, more curious approach. Here's a few lines to try. That's an interesting claim. Where did you see that? I'm trying to get better at checking sources. Or, wow, that's pretty triggering. I'm trying to figure out if it's data or drama. What makes you think it's reliable? The key is to sound genuinely curious, not confrontational. You're modeling good behavior and giving them an out. The goal isn't to win an argument. It's to raise our guard collectively. This armor kit needs maintenance. Mental armor rusts if neglected. Once a week, pick one story and run the full kit retroactively. Internalize the process. Build that critical thinking muscle until it's second nature. When you realize so much of what you encounter is poorly sourced or biased, something profound happens. You'll see that skepticism isn't cynicism. It's a form of calibration. It's setting your internal radar to discern truth from noise. As a bonus, your anxiety levels will drop. You'll gain a sense of agency, and that, my friend, is incredibly liberating. In conclusion, you now have a field-tested 5-piece mental armor kit. Use this kit and you become a pilot of your own opinions. You gain control, clarity, and peace in a noisy world. You're not just protecting yourself, you're contributing to a more resilient and knowledgeable society. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these tactics are you going to try first? Drop a comment below. And if this video helped you feel more empowered, please share it with someone who needs it. Follow me on the socials and subscribe to my channel for more tools to help you navigate the chaos. Remember this, the truth rarely needs to shout. It usually speaks in a calm, clear voice. If you're only willing to listen and equipped to discern. Thanks for listening. Until next time, this is the Urban Lady Prepper signing off. I'm sure I've given you some things to think about as you go through the upcoming week. Has this episode resonated with you? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to click the link in the podcast description to get your free Essential Prepper checklist. While there, get one of my cool designs on a shirt, hat, mug, and more at my Redbubble store. Or you can always buy me a coffee or get a Jace case for your emergency medical needs. It helps support what I do, and I really appreciate it. Join me on the socials, especially on YouTube, where I'll be uploading videos for my blogs from UrbanLadyPrepper.com. I appreciate your time with me. Stay safe, stay sharp, and be ready.